Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. Today's a little bit different to what I usually do. I wanted to share my current favorites. I kind of wanted to do this on a monthly basis, but I don't really get new things every month. So every time I feel like I have a good bunch of products to show you, then I will. And I think I have a good selection at the moment. I've really been loving the makeup that I've been using, and I do have a couple of like skincare products, and I do have a perfume I want to share with you. And yeah, so let's just get into it. Okay, I'm probably gonna go from like the most boring to probably the most exciting for me at least. And then we'll go into skincare and then the perfume I'm gonna show you. So first of all, I know this is probably the most boring thing to show you, but I think it's the most versatile out of everything. These are the very dirty Trigwell Cosmetics powder puffs. I love these. I used to be such a beauty blender girly. Then I turned into like a brushes person. And then I saw people using these on TikTok and I was like, okay, surely these can't be anything so like magical. But I really realized they are. They're such good tools to blend out your entire base, whether it's like cream or liquid, and then you can use them to set your powder, which I do like every time I use makeup. I'm using these. Like usually I use it to blend out my concealer, my foundation. Not so much like my blush and bronzer, which you can use it for, but yeah, I kind of use brushes for those. But otherwise, these are the best tools for just blending out and having the most seamless base. So yeah, really love. The next thing I want to show you is a fan favorite. This is a huge cult buy in the entire makeup industry, but I really believe that the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powders are really the best loose powders on the market right now. Besides the fact that Huda Beauty is just like a top makeup brand at the moment, they really have aced it with their baking powders. So the Easy Bake powders come in different colors. I usually use the peach pie, and I also have the ube birthday cake one. I don't use that all the time. I kind of use it for more like Instagram pictures and stuff, but if I want an everyday base and I want to set my concealer at any time, then it's the Huda Beauty Peach Pie Easy Bake powder. I love this stuff. I do wish it was a bit more hydrating for under your eyes. That's the only kind of thing I wish it did have. But apart from that, I think peach pie is honestly like a universal shade anyway. I don't think it's too light or too dark unless you are like on extreme ends of the spectrum. If you're a brown girl, you'll really love peach pie. The next things I have are a recent discovery of mine, and I really feel like these are very underrated. If there's one thing I could pick from my entire selection that I'm about to show you and really recommend a product to you, it's probably going to be these, mostly because of how underrated they are. So they are the Beauty Crop Dewy Bounce Radiant Concealers. I did buy 4 shades, but one of the shades I did give to my sister is way too light. But I use the shades Macadamia, Hazelnut, and Dolce. Dolce. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. But yeah, Dolce is probably the closest to my skin tone. I use hazelnut to as like a cream bronzer, and then I also use macadamia to kind of brighten the center of my face. So I basically use the darker one as like the base to my concealer just for extra coverage. Then I use macadamia to brighten up my entire face. And it's honestly, the reason why I feel like it's such an underrated concealer is I believe that the coverage is there, the creaminess is there. It does dry down a bit quick, so you kind of have to work quickly with it. You can't really let it set for too long. But I think it's a great alternative to a higher end concealer, especially the Huda Beauty concealers. I think this one's a bit more I think this one just has the I don't know, now that I compare it to Huda Beauty, I think that one's got a thicker consistency. These ones are very similar to the Urban Decay ones that I used to use like back in the day. Those were the Naked concealers. I think if I was to compare a concealer to this concealer to a higher end one, I would definitely say it's like the Naked concealers from Urban Decay from like 10 years ago. These are really, really good. And you get them off TikTok Shop. So, I mean, the claims are there. Brightening and radiant finish, yes. Buildable, long-lasting coverage, yes. It does crease slightly, not too much, but slightly. So I do have to kind of tap it away. Elastic skin, second skin effect. Yeah, I think they're quite natural looking, and I keep feeling hair on my face, but it's got ceramides, peptides, and hyaluronic acid in it, so it's very good. It's got skincare ingredients in it, and sometimes having a bit of skincare in your makeup is a bit of a plus point in my opinion, because I always want to look after my skin. So if I know that there's a makeup product that's not causing harm to my skin, I'm all for it. The next ones are, again, another cult favorite, but I've just recently bought these. I wasn't going to, because when things go viral, I don't really care to buy it unless it is that good. And I did bite the bullet. I don't know why hair keeps going in my mouth. If you see it, please ignore it, because sometimes I don't feel it, and then when I'm editing I see it and it pisses me off. Anyways, what I was talking about is the Rhode pocket blushes. I only have 3 of these. I have Juice Box, Toasted Teddy, and Sleepy Girl. And the 2 that I use the most are actually Juice Box and Sleepy Girl. The Toasted Teddy one is just that bit too dark, but I think when I have a tan, it's gonna look really good. So in the summer, I'll probably be using this one a bit more. I love the fact they're so pigmented and they blend out really well. When it comes to like creamy liquid blushes and things like that, they can just blend away into nothing, and these don't. Like, to be honest, I think these are a very good purchase, and I think they're worth the money. When I did receive these, because I didn't really see them in person, I didn't really care to see them. I was just like, yeah, whatever, it's just another viral product. But when I saw these in the mail, they looked a bit small, and I was like, what am I gonna do with this small of a product? Bearing in mind, I have small hands, so these probably look regular size, but they are quite small, and you do get 5.3 grams of product in here. It's not a lot for the money, but at the same time, you only need a little bit because they are very pigmented. I definitely will be purchasing more of the shades that they have. It's just I thought that these 3 were good to start off with. And I know they have a new red one now, but I don't know if it's available in the UK yet. I know it's available in the US, but when the UK starts stocking the red ones, then I'll probably get that one for the summer as well, because those look gorgeous. A couple of things for lips. At the moment, I've been really enjoying just a lip oil moment, a lip balm, a lip treatment. I did get the Rhode ones, but I don't really want to include them in this yet, because I haven't been wearing them long enough to actually say, oh, they're my favorite. But what I have been really enjoying is the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Lips Healthy Glow Nectar Oil, the Juicylicious Cherry Glaze shade. I love this. I got this for my birthday just recently, obviously, and I didn't know what to think of it because I don't really like red on me. And I wore a red lipstick, and then I wore like this red lip oil situation, and I find myself wearing this to the gym. Like, it's not a very pigmented lip oil, obviously, because it's a lip oil, but it's such a wearable everyday red, and it makes you look so healthy and alive. I think this really surprised me, and that's why this is in this video today. There's a good amount of product in it, and it's kind of like half full now. Like, I didn't expect to like it so much. And when it does run out, I'll know I'll be purchasing more of it because I've been wearing it basically with no makeup on my face, slap this on my lips, and I'll head out the door. Like, that's how much I love it right now. And I'm actually I'm actually really surprised by how much I like this. So yeah, if there's any like lip oil that you feel like, oh, everything's too brown or everything's too pink at the moment, which it is, because everyone's on that clean girl vibe. I'm not a clean girl type of makeup person. I do love a full beat, I do love a full glam. But yeah, on days I'm not wearing any makeup, I've dropped it. Yeah, on days I'm not wearing any makeup, this Charlotte Tilbury one is a keeper for sure. Another lip thing I have, which is a completely different kind of color. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Jelly Oil, and this is the Juicy Pink Lady. I did have the Juicy Peach as well, so this is kind of a second purchase, and I do really enjoy this because it's so hydrating. And I'm wearing it today. I'm literally wearing like a lip liner and just this. Literally, I've just put this on top. It's just, I don't know like how to really explain this one. I know it's my favorite because I wear it all the time and I keep reaching for it. It's just a nice comfortable lip oil that isn't overly sticky. It has a stick to it because it is basically a glossy oil. But the reason why I love this so much is because it does make my lips look like I have got a little bit of filler in it, and at the moment I don't. Like, I've never had filler. So if you have kind of thinner lips and you don't want filler, I do believe that this Faux Filler Jelly Oil is the way to go because of just the full effect that it gives your lips. And we always want fuller lips. The next thing I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer and Cica. Specifically, I wanted to talk about this because I love this ingredient right now, Cica. I have very irritating skin, or like it's easily irritated, as I am myself. And it's often quite red. And I always need something like although it is green, it doesn't have like a green tinge. I thought it did, but it doesn't, which is fine. But I do think that what this Cica ingredient has really been helping my redness, especially with when I'm wearing my makeup. I don't need to put on as much corrector, and I usually have to now put on a green corrector as well. I don't know what it is, my skin's just been very irritated recently. I've been breaking out, which isn't fun. But apart from the Cica, I do love this primer. It just smooths out my pores really nicely. It allows my makeup to stick to it. Everything that you need a primer for, it basically does that. And it's on the cheaper side as well. I think this thing was only like £10. I want to say something along those lines. It was definitely less than 15. But you only need a small amount of this to prime your face. You don't have to douse your face in this, and then you can do your makeup routine as it is. And usually my makeup lasts about maybe 10 hours. I'm not usually wearing makeup more than 10 hours, to be fair. So it does have good lasting power when you put your makeup on top of this. I'm gonna call this my current obsession. It's my Kylie Cosmetics palette. I have no idea what palette this is called, by the way. There's no name on it. It just says Kylie Cosmetics. I've really worn this out. Like, look at that. It's so brown girl friendly. It's just the perfect palette that you can take everywhere, can use everywhere. You can use it on the go if you need to. It's a good small palette to just like throw in your bag and go. You can create so many looks with it. I got this from Duty Free last August. I got this for £10 and I was like, this is the best £10 I've ever spent. Like, I do my brows with this. You can do eyeliner with it. You could do there's basically bronzer shades in here. If you've like you leave your bronzer at home, you're on the go and stuff, you can use these shades for a bronzer as well as a full eye look. And I have used it today in this look today as well. And I just think if you need a good neutrals to warm palette, then definitely go for this Kylie Cosmetics palette, whatever the frick it's called. I think this is the last thing for makeup actually. So the last thing I have here is the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. This is the 3-second setting mist, and I love this. It carried me through my my Turkey trip and my Malta trip last year. And when you're in 30-degree heat, you need something that's going to hold your makeup on your face. This is basically hairspray for your face. I'm pretty sure they just repackaged the same formula because it pretty much is hairspray. It's an acquired kind of product, because if you don't like hairspray, you're not gonna like this, because it's basically the same kind of feeling, especially when you're spraying it in your face. Like if you inhale it, you're basically gonna cough your lungs out for the next 2 minutes, but it really does work for keeping your makeup in place all day. So it's either love it or you hate it. It's just the way it goes with this and with a lot of makeup anyway. But it's especially for this, I do believe that it is worth having, and just basically not breathing for 30 seconds while you, not even 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whilst you spray it on your face. But I did have one more favorite, but I don't have it here with me. It's downstairs in my bag, but I am going to tell you about it. I'll just put a picture up here. I am obsessed, like fully obsessed, like nearly down to a small nub of the Fenty Beauty Extra Thigh Traced Out Lip Liner. I use that for pretty much every single one of my lip combos, and less is this one. I'm wearing a different one today. But if I want like a darker kind of lip combo, or if I want like a good gradient lip combo when it's like my liquid lipstick is a bit like lighter, and I don't know, it's just a really nice cool tone brown, and I feel like every brown girl needs it, especially if you're like my skin tone or darker. Even if you're like on the other side of the spectrum, I'm pretty much right in the middle. If you're lighter than me, I don't know if you'd enjoy it so much, because it is quite a dark cool tone brown, but it's such a good it's such a good contouring shade if you want to use like a cool tone brown before you do the rest of your lip combo. Going on to skincare, I have 3 items to show you today, 3 of which are all kind of empties. So I do have backups in my drawer ready to go for 2 of the things, just not this one. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Medicube Zero Pore Pad in the mild one. Like I said, my skin's been very sensitive and red recently, so I got the mild one just so it's not more irritated. But I think that these are amazing for your first step of your skincare routine if you're going to be wearing makeup. So if you're doing makeup prep, it just lightly exfoliates your skin. It makes your skin look so smooth and so like ready to go and hydrated. I specifically use this just before I'm gonna wear some makeup, but I wouldn't use this if I've already exfoliated the night before, because there's too much exfoliation. Yeah, there's just a toner in here and I don't know what it is. It just gives my face like the best kind of glow. It has hyaluronic acid in it. And yeah, oh my god, wait, there's one more thing I have to show you before I show you the other thing. Okay, so if you saw in my previous vlogs that I put up for my birthday, you would have seen these face masks. They are from VT Cosmetics, and again, it's got that ingredient Cica in it. These are the Cica Daily Soothing Masks. And I don't know what it is about these masks. They're so good at hydrating your face and calming and soothing your face. I use this for the extra hydration. I use it just to prep before like I do makeup, especially on my birthday. It was just a bit more of a special event for me, so I used these as you saw in those vlogs, and I just loved using these. I don't know what it was. Like, I think if I'm gonna buy more face masks, I wouldn't really get the collagen ones. I don't think they do so much for your face, but these Cica ones from Beauty Cosmetics, I think this is quite an underrated product as well, because I've never seen anyone talk about these. Even when I was about to buy them, I looked on TikTok just for some reviews, and I only saw like maybe 2 or 3. So if there's something I'm going to put you on, it's this. So yeah, especially if you have like redness, rosacea, eczema, dry skin, oily skin, sensitive skin, you'll really love this. I think this is definitely a good purchase. I'm gonna call this another obsession. This is the Anua 70 plus. So this is the Rice 70 Ceramide Rice Glow Milky Toner. It just has a big name. It's a Korean skincare brand, and before I bought this, I was going between the Rhode one, like the milky toner that she has, and then this one. The problem with the Rhode one is it's highly comedogenic. It's got coconut in it, and this one didn't, so I took a chance on it. And I know that Korean K-beauty and K-skincare and all that Korean skincare is a huge thing at the moment, and I love this. There is another one ready to go in my drawer, and yeah, like you can see how much is left. There's only like the tiniest amount left in here. It's just so good. It's so lightweight, it's refreshing, it gives you such a good glow, like what it says on the packaging. I use this day and night. It's not irritating, it doesn't break me out, and yeah, I feel like if I've missed this out in my routine, either in the morning or at night, there is a big difference. Like my skin doesn't feel as hydrated, it doesn't feel as plump and smooth and glowy. And obviously rice is really good for your skin. Like that's a big like Indian skincare secret as well, to have some sort of like rice or turmeric or something like that, like a naturally derived ingredient in your skincare. That's always been a big thing. And now we have a rice toner, and we have toners like this on the market. This was not even that expensive either. I think this is probably less than £20, and I know that's probably more expensive because, oh, £20, but guys, everything's getting more expensive, and I can't even say that drugstore stuff is like drugstore prices. It's not. Like, it's become quite high end. But I know there are more expensive toners out there. I know there's cheaper ones, but if you want to go for a middle range, then Anua is a really good brand to start with. And then yeah, the milky toner is the one for me. Last skincare product, again from another Korean beauty or Korean skincare kind of brand. This is from Beauty of Joseon. I think that's how you say the name. This is the Relief Sun Aquafresh Rice and B5 SPF 50. This I have to use every single day. I love it. Sometimes I use it without another moisturizer. It's quite moisturizing, it's quite hydrating, but it gives you that SPF and UV protection. It's just, I don't know, I've gone through like 4 of these, and it doesn't pill. It sits well under your makeup. Even if you're not wearing makeup, it gives you a nice glow. There's not much to say about this. I know it's an SPF, but I have tried other sunscreens that haven't worked well under makeup, or like I said, they pill, or I don't know, they just don't really work for my skin. They've like broken me out, or they've irritated my skin. This doesn't, which is why it's in my favorites in this video. I again have another one waiting for me because I am nearly finished on this. I just literally bought a new one today from Sephora. Yeah, I just feel like if you're gonna buy a sunscreen and you don't want it to irritate your skin, then this is probably the one for you. Okay, and the last thing is a perfume. If you know me in person, I'm very much a perfume person. I love my perfumes, and the one now specifically is nearly finished. As you can see, I go through perfume like crazy. Back in December, I had 3 empties. In like February, I had another one. I'm running out of this, so I got a new perfume for my birthday by request to my parents. I was just like, okay, I'm running out of perfume, just get me a perfume. But this one specifically, I love this one. This is Givenchy L'Interdit, and I don't know what it is about the smell. It's just so refreshing, and so like, I'm wearing this today. It just makes you feel so sexy, and it makes you smell so sexy. I can't really comment much on perfumes like that, because I don't know like the notes and the undertones and all of that when it comes to perfume. I'm not a huge like perfume connoisseur, so don't ask me the tone, the notes and everything. I don't know that. But I just love the way it smells. It's one that I go for all the time. It's not the most long lasting, but I don't care about like spraying myself again throughout the day if I need to. Like I do that whether it's long lasting or not. But yeah, if you want to smell like just refreshing, like it's kind of springy. It's not too wintry and it's not too summery. It's kind of right in the middle. So it's not overly floral and it's not overly musky either. So Lontedy is the one to go for if you need a good perfume in your collection. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I know this one wasn't that long. I wanted to just share with you my kind of current obsessions and favorites and what I'm using at the moment. And yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot to show you, but I do believe that if you're gonna start off a makeup kit, or if you need some things to add to your collection, then those are the ones that I would recommend to you, really, especially some good skincare, because start off with this. Anyways, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.